All right, in this video, we're going to talk about how you can fly your drone at the Embry-Riddle campus in Prescott, Arizona. If you plan to fly your drone on campus, you need to follow certain rules, not only the FAA rules, but also some Embry-Riddle rules. There are designated areas on campus that require approval and some areas that are pre-approved where you don't have to do anything other than enjoy your drone. You can't fly in certain areas, and we're going to talk about this in this video. Here's a quick summary of what we're going to talk about. Airspace around campus. We're going to talk about the rules to fly your drone in the United States. We're going to talk where you can, where you can't fly your drone on campus, the do's and don'ts, and then also how you receive approval in order to fly on campus. Now you have to understand that the airspace around campus is the Class D airspace for the Prescott Love Field Airport. That means that you need to get FAA authorization via LANC. LANC is the Low Altitude Authorization and Notification Capabilities. The only location where you don't need approval on campus with LANC is at the RC field. We'll talk about that in a minute. The northeast corner of campus is in a zero grid, which means that you need authorization from the FAA with further coordination. What that means is it's going to take a couple of days for the FAA to get back to you and give you approval. Now you can download the app called Aloft in order to receive your LANC authorization. Now let's talk about the rules to fly your drone in the United States. And there's two different rules that you can use. The first one is called Part 107, and then the second one is called USC 44809. It's just a bunch of numbers to say recreational flying. Now at Embry-Riddle, when you're taking classes, you can either follow Part 107 rules or you can also follow 44809 rules. It really depends on the type of certification that you have in your wallet. If you are following the rules under Part 107, you need to have a certification from the FAA called a Remote Pilot Certificate. This is what we teach you in AS 125. If you don't have that, then you're going to be using USC 44809, which is a set of rules for recreational flyers. Any operation that is not recreational or educational is going to fall under Part 107 rules. Make sure that you get familiar with the rules on the FAA website at faa.gov/UAS. There are a few places on campus where you can't fly at all. These are designated no-fly zones when you're operating to and from campus. These no-fly zones are around dorms. That also includes Spruance, R1, and R3, which are on the northeast and the northwest corner of campus.
So here's a few rules to take note of when you fly at the lower rec field and the RC field. The lower rec field and the RC field are both pre-approved locations to fly your UAS on campus. The lower rec field requires a LANC authorization, but the RC field is approved up to 350 feet from the center of the runway. A few more rules to follow at the RC field. One is you want to take off and land from pre-approved areas at the RC field. Make sure that you stay behind the protective fences at all times. Fly with a visual observer at all times when using FPV gear. Spectators must observe and they must remain clear of the runway at all times. Hand launch only as necessary. Do not fly over the pit area or over non-participants, and do not exceed 350 feet AGL. When flying at the RC field, please be respectful of others and follow all the posted rules established by Casa de Erau. So now let's talk about some do's and don'ts in general about flying your UAS on campus. Always respect the privacy of others. Complete a checklist before each flight. Verify the weather conditions are appropriate for your operation and skill level. Don't fly at night or over people. Don't lose visual line of sight of your aircraft, and don't interfere with manned aircraft operations. And always remember to have fun.
Now, as Don mentioned, when you fly at the RC field, you are already pre-approved by the FAA and also by Embry-Riddle. If you fly outside of the RC field or the lower rec field, you need approval from the UAS program chair. You need to make sure you submit that paperwork 7 days in advance. The paperwork is available on the Embry-Riddle website under the College of Aviation. It's a simple page that you have to fill out and submit. Once you get approval, then you can conduct your flight outside of the RC field and outside of the lower rec field legally. In the unlikely event that you get into an accident, you need to make sure you report that information to campus security and also to the UAS program chair. There's a form available on the Embry-Riddle website under the College of Aviation, and the forms are also printed and available at the UAS lab. Make sure that you do this within 5 hours of getting into an accident or an incident, and make sure that you fill out all of the information. In the event of an accident, you also have to report some information to the FAA and to the NTSB. Make sure you talk to the UAS program chair for more information about what needs to be reported to the federal government. All right, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, be sure to visit the UAS lab or talk to the UAS program chair. Have a good one.